Hello everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to use SRS, Lot ATC, and the use of transponder codes to be able to help sort and be able to identify aircraft much more quickly than just by using pilot call signs, aircraft type, all on their own. So with transponders, you have 4 different modes, at least for all of the Gen 4 aircraft that we have in the game. You have Mode 1, which is a 5-bit mission code. You have Mode 2, which is a identifying code that's 4 digits. You have Mode 3, which is another 4-digit code, which, when combined with a Mode C, will transmit the altitude of said aircraft. And this 4-digit identifying code will help ATC determine what aircraft you are based on that code. Now, this code is assigned by ATC, and it's mostly used to help keep track of your aircraft while under their control. So it's mostly just an identifying tag, and it's mostly there to help ATC do their job of giving you navigation aid and keeping track of your movements through their airspace. With Mode 4, that's part of the IFF interrogation between aircraft to identify whether or not they're friendly or hostile based on their response to a given challenge. So most of what we're talking about today is going to mostly focus on Mode 3, as that mostly helps ATC controllers do what they need to do. So what we're going to do first is we're going to tap the IFF control on the UFC. And we'll see on the right side, going vertically down, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the different modes. So you have 1, which is indicating the Mode 1 transponder, what it's set to. If you see the 2 dots next to the number, that means that it is currently active. As you can see on our SRS window up here, Mode 4 is on. If I tap 4, it goes to a different mode of 4. If I tap it again, Mode 4 goes off. So turn that back on. Now if we want to transmit a Mode 3 code, we'll tap 3, and then it gives us the option to enter a code. So if we want to do a VFR flight, typical code here in the US is 1200. I'm going to press enter. And now we're transmitting a code of 1200, which lets ATC know that we're a VFR flight and we're not really going to be interacting with ATC at all. So if an ATC controller wanted to give me a squawk code so that they could help identify either where I'm heading, area that I'm going to be going to, what specifically I am doing, there are different types of codes for that, and if you want to find real-life examples, I'll put something down in the description of something that I found on Wikipedia that just gives you an idea as to what they do. Information on Wikipedia is not always reliable, but it at least gives you an idea as to how these codes help ATC controllers in real life. So let's say an ATC controller wanted to give me a code, let's say as in they wanted to give me 2247. So we'll just bring up our IFF panel under Mode 3, and we'll just enter the new code. And now we switch to that, and it'll help ATC on Lot ATC be able to see that, oh, this guy is this transponder code. Now there are a set specific transponder numbers that are specifically used for emergency situations. 7500 is used for hijacking, not usually going to be seen in DCS because mostly single-seat fighters. 7600 is noting communications failure, so if we had a radio problem or we were unable to communicate with ATC, we could put in 7600, and that automatically pops up on ATC as a red flash so that it alerts the controller that, hey, someone's squawking an emergency code. Same goes for 7700, which is the general emergency code that helps ATC know that you are experiencing an emergency, and it helps keep you notified on their radar. So these are just some of the basic things that you can do with Mode 3 that help ATC controllers be able to sort uh, aircraft and how they go about doing it. Alright, so now we're in the A10. I'm going to show you one more function of the transponder, and that is called the ident mode. So ident helps ATC momentarily blip you on their radar so that they can quickly find you when they ask you to squawk a new code, or if they need to quickly pick you out in a sea of traffic that's just on their radar scope and they can't quickly identify you. So they'll usually ask this by saying your flight call sign or your call sign squawk ident, and in order to ident, you'll just take this switch and you'll push it towards ident. And when you do that, it highlights your aircraft with a little flash on Lot ATC. And this is because the transponder has activated an extra bit, which causes the radar to highlight your aircraft, and that helps ATC quickly identify you when necessary. One other final note about Mode 3 transponders, their highest code is what is currently set in the A10, which is 7777. That is the highest Mode 3 transponder number you can assign. The lower numbers can only go up to 7, so if I try to go above 7, it just goes back to 0. And same with the other two digits, they just reset to 0 as well. So you can never go higher than 777, and you cannot assign a individual number in any of the columns that goes higher than 7. Anywho, hope this helps. See you later.